voice down because it's 6 AM and kids and my wife are still asleep. If I wake the kids up now, I will not be popular. So it is Saturday the 4th of March, which means we're looking at about 10 weeks or so until the lap, which if you've been following the channel, you'll already know about, but if not, that is a 47-mile ultra marathon that a few of us have booked to do in the Lake District in England. Today, we are going to go and do another crag runner event, which the guys that did Moors the Merrier, which was the 21 miles in the snow video from just before Christmas, which was one of the best events that I did last year. So brilliant people, brilliant events. We're going to go and do 10 reses, which is 10 reservoirs essentially. It's in Saddleworth in the north of England, so just outside of Manchester. 26 miler. We're looking at 4,000 feet of elevation, and at this stage in training, 26 miles in the hills is probably just what the doctor ordered, but that's not to say that I'm not pretty nervy about this one. But if we can get this done, it's another big step in the right direction towards that 47-mile beast in May. Okay, right, jump in the car, go and pick up the gang, let's go. Safety briefing done, kit check done, sort of ready to go, at least in the physical sense. Warm up done with the coach, so probably one of the first times we've actually done a warm up. Thanks to Frank, but probably need it for today. So we're just wandering up the hill to the start line, wherever that may be. We're at the start line and I'm with the gang. Should we say some hellos? So Ernie, aka the Spanish Sonic, and Ali, you might remember from Moors the Merrier. This is the coach Frank.
Easy.
And then M just over there, say hi. There we go. This is pretty much the group that's doing the lap with us, or at least some of them. Frank, however, has chosen to do the September anti-clockwise event, which is quite wise because he's got about an extra 3 months of training to go. So for us, 10 weeks until the lap, so 26 miles today, and we're about to get started. Right, well, we're off. So just 26 and a bit miles to go in the hills. It's a nice morning for it. On the course for 10 reses, and look what we found. Reservoir number 1. So, just 9 to go. Sounds alright, doesn't it? Beautiful. And looky what we have here. It is res number 2. Beautiful. So there they are, the ones that have abandoned us, up on the top. So looks like somewhere where I can potentially push them in. Oh, shortcut brigade. I think we might be joining them, Frank. Yeah. GPX says left. Everyone else has gone up. I'm going left because it looks a bit easier. See, this is only one of the smaller climbs, but it's steep. Survived the hill, and welcome to res number 3. And that's us, we're going up there. We're going to wind our ways through the valley and up that hill. Morning, thank you. You too. So yeah, res number 3. Tick. 7 to go. What's the mileage, coach, so far?
4 miles, Dad.
4 miles in, so 22 to go.
1 more to go, and then 1 more after that.
Yeah, that is the philosophy.
Only ever run 1 mile.
Yeah, 1 mile at a time. 1 mile at a time. I had been warned about the river crossings on this one. Yes, we did it. We're not in the water yet. Look at this, it's proper though, isn't it? It's like a playground. Gotta say, very well marked course, which is always reassuring. So, yeah, very nice. Look at this. I spy, with my little eye, something beginning with checkpoint 1. Okay, scramble, 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 scramble. Do you know what's not easy? Scrambling with a GoPro. Should probably put it away, but it's all about content, isn't it? Yes, scrambled up. That was a big one, wasn't it, coach?
That was severe.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that's where we'd come from. Nice to make our way up that little beastie. That was good. That was rock climbing. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that little meander. Okay, let's recompose ourselves for a while. So we've got to the checkpoint and suitably they've got run up that hill playing, but some delicious Jaffa cakes. There we go. Right, onwards and upwards.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thanks, folks. Right, coach, how many miles have we done?
6.1.
6.1. 20 to go.
1 to go.
So I'm reliably informed by the coach that this is res number 5. I'd actually forgotten that we've done 4. So I guess 10 reses, res number 5. That means we're halfway. Now, let's check. What's the mileage, coach?
8 miles.
8 miles, okay.
Not exactly halfway.
So yeah, it's not quite halfway
1
yet.
mile left.
Yeah, just 1 mile to go.
1 mile to go.
And then there's maybe another mile or so after that, because that's how it works. So I think that's res number 7. We are 10.5 miles in now, so, and just another slightly brutal scramble, which was fun, but the legs are definitely starting to burn on each of those inclines. So yeah, 10.5, so that's 15 and a bit to go, or 1 to go, as Frank would always say.
1 more mile.
There's only ever 1 more mile, but yeah, so yeah, defo feeling it. It is it's a big one, this, but enjoying it. It's good. And just met the trail running couple, which is another YouTube channel, which I've watched a fair bit of, including watching their video when they did the lap. Great video that really shows a lot of the route, so dead useful if you're thinking about doing it for the first time. So defo look them up, the trail running couple, but you know, watch to the end of my video first if you could. I think I said on the last one that was res 7. This is res 7. 3 more to go, so we must be nearly home. I know a few of you that watched my first training video about the lap are also doing it in May, and just be interested to know what your strategy is, if you've got one, really. I mean, for me, sort of the main goal is obviously just get to the finish, and if I can do that, I'll be very, very happy indeed. Beyond that, I've got a slightly romantic notion about maybe getting to the finish line as the sun's going down, so I don't know what that means time wise. Maybe 15 or so hours, maybe a little bit more. That'd be nice, but I'll have the head torch, and if it's dark, it's dark. The only other thing really is going, what we're doing now is just, if it's uphill, you walk. If it's flat or down and you can run, then great, but otherwise it's just about getting to the finish line, which is kind of how today's turning out, to be honest. Oh, but look what we've found. What are we looking at, Frank? Res number 8? Res 8, we think.
2 left and we're done.
2 left and we're done. And let's have a mileage check. What have we done?
12.1 mile.
12.1.
So we've got 0.9 mile left to do.
Yeah.
And then 1 more mile.
And then 1 more mile. Always 1 more mile. So there you go. Not quite halfway yet, but it's all good. I've had a packet of Watsits. It's definitely made me feel better. So we shall poodle on past Reservoir 8. Right, where have you been?
Hiding?
Abandoning
Hiding, yeah.
us.
Behind.
What have you got to say for yourself, Sonic?
Very sorry it took you so long to get over the sty.
Absolute trolls, both of you. Get back under your bridge.
Wow.
Love you. The way I say it's not a crag runner event unless you have a whiskey. Cheers. Right, let's get it done. Checkpoint 8, and to be honest, we very nearly walked straight past that.
It's gone, I was keep.
Yeah, Frank had gone past it.
I was past it.
So yeah.
That's troll spotting.
Yeah, easily spotted that. So, talking about trolls, don't know whether you can make that in the distance, but
now we can see the whites of their eyes.
in the distance you can see the Spanish Sonic and More Miles Moody, aka M&M. So let's go and see what Troll 1 and Troll 2 have got to say for themselves about today.
We ran ahead of you for 19.3 miles to make sure we'd be here to open it in advance, just to make sure you could get through. We were worried you might get tired otherwise.
Did you miss us?
That's not the
I'm not buying it, folks. I'm not buying it.
This is me taking
Abandoned.
the side.
I set off and I had the cheek to actually talk to another runner, and I turned around again, gone. Nearly 20 miles in,
Reunited.
we found them.
Well, we were running with Ali for 10 metres, and then he just f***ed off. And then we turned around. You guys, you were flirting with all these lovely, handsome lady runners behind us.
We had a few chats with a few nice people, yeah, that has to be said. So just so the narrative for the video makes sense. So Ali, who started with us, who, to be fair, is the youngest and the quickest by some margin.
And the thinnest.
Yeah, and the most handsome, I would say. So yeah, he is the quickest runner, and he texted us probably about 45 minutes ago at least.
It was 12:45, it was an hour.
Well, an hour ago apparently, with a picture with a beer in his hand. He's already back at the clubhouse, so he's having a lovely time, and we still had 10 miles to go at that point. What's the mileage now? What have we got left to go?
1933.
So, well, 7 miles.
Yes.
No,
7 miles.
But only
0.67, then 1 more mile.
Okay, yeah, of course, yeah, Frank, we've got 0.67, then we've got 1 more mile, because there's always only 1 more mile. That's the way it works. So here we are, the gang is reunited. At the moment, I'm still smarting from being abandoned, but we'll see if I warm up. So, we poodle on. So Dan's got some experience this route before, so where are we going and what faces us for this pass?
So we're coming out of Croydon, going up the Pennine Way. We are going up to the Chew Reservoir. We are basically going up a wonderful path that goes on for about 1.5 miles, like that, but not steady angle. It's going to be sharp, sudden angles that involve lifting knees higher than 90 degrees, stretching those buttocks, working that body baby, and generally making ourselves fit and healthy and strong for the beautiful women in our lives.
Right. I mean, sounds awful, but it's a thing that's happening.
It's awful, but it's awful in a fun way.
Type 2 fun. So we're on the sort of the final stretch, I guess. Here we go. We're going to run now for about 10 meters, and then we're going to start walking again, I would think.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, 5 miles ish to go, and feeling it. Don't think I've eaten enough, so I just had a packet of crisps. Hopefully that'll pay dividends soon. But despite the struggles, the good news is, look at this, res number 10. What a beautiful sight it is. I am struggling. This has got tougher, but 5k to go, 3.2 miles, aka a park run. It's just a park run to go. Right, we're heading on back down to the cricket club, and we've just ticked over 26.2 miles. So there we go, marathon done. Now into ultra marathon territory. Let's see if I can run in the last few meters. Ernie just asked me how I feel now. At the moment, I'm absolutely elated. So, Ernie, 10 weeks until the lap. We've just done 26 and a bit miles in the hill. How are we feeling about the lap in May? Dan, how are you feeling about the lap in May?
Well, it's only 10 weeks away. I'm pretty confident. I've walked 69 miles several times this year, so I can get round it. I've no two ways about that. I have been training very hard. I put on an extra 4 pounds of fuel in the last few months, which is always nice.
Now to Frank. How do you feel about the lap in September?
So Lee, Grand Inquisitor, how are you feeling about the lap? It's only 10 weeks away now, isn't it?
10 weeks feels like we've got to do the lap tomorrow. It feels like such a short space of time. I don't know whether I've taken much in the way of confidence from the 26 or so miles today in the hills, because that was brutal. What can be achieved in the next 10 weeks, I don't know. But for now, it feels how it should feel, I guess. A massive, massive challenge, borderline insurmountable. But all of it seemed impossible before we did it. And that's just the way of things.